Angelo Christian Financial Live. I hope everyone's doing well on this glorious Thursday evening. I'm so glad and happy to actually be back and talk with all of you guys. It's been a long week, much needed week, so I really appreciate everyone coming on the show tonight to talk with us with Angelo Christian Financial. Where America goes for funding, our real estate insider, our show, where you can actually talk with me live, ask me any questions that you want. We engage, we educate people on finance, accounting, the world, what's going on with the real estate. And we've been doing this actively lending, in America for over 20 years. And we do all different types of loans. We do commercial loans, we do residential loans, hard money loans, and we're actually a nationwide lender. We're a mortgage broker and a direct lender. We do both. And we're here to, empower you guys, give you the information, the knowledge, the resources to attract and get the best funding. So, hey, good evening, Tony. Thank you so much. So, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central, we do this live where you can ask me questions, whatever you want to talk about with real estate, with lending, credit, finance, whatever you want to go over. That's why I'm here, to be your resource. To help you, to educate you, empower you. I just got back from Vegas. I was in Vegas this past week. Vegas is booming. It's crazy busy. I had a wonderful time. And so got to spend my birthday up there in Las Vegas. Really, really good time. Got to eat a lot of good restaurants. Got to go. We had a lot of parties, a lot of partying, a lot of fun. So if you guys have a chance to go hit Vegas, it's opening back up. It's you guys are definitely, if you guys like the Vegas thing, it's a good time. So just got back doing that. Got to spend some time with some of my team and some family, so that was really good. And tonight I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about too. And if you guys want to go over everything, we're happy to answer any questions that you guys have. So I appreciate everyone watching the show and the channel. That's why we're here, to get you guys the information and some of the things that I wanted to talk about this evening. So I'm just looking at my notes, getting ready for what we're going to be discussing tonight. So some of the big topics that I kind of want to go over is, 2022, the housing market, what I'm seeing, getting ready for next year, some concerns I have, some opportunities, some things that I think that are important to be thinking about. And I want to talk about that because, 2022 is right around the corner. It's already, going to be November. And then you got, Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, and then New Year's, boom, the New Year's here. And what do we accomplish for this year? What do we do? Looking back in 2021, how do we feel about the year? Did we hit all of our goals? Did we do everything that we wanted to do? And then getting ready for next year, what is the housing market going to look like? Is it going to be crazy hot like it was in 2021, or is it going to take a breather? Is it going to take a pullback? I think that's a big thing to talk about. And then the other thing that I want to talk about is going into some other concepts, explaining what is the home loan process. A lot of people don't understand the home loan process. I want to talk about that because being an active direct lender, we deal with all different types of consumers. And a lot of people do not understand the home loan process. And I want to discuss that to explain what that is. I think that's a really important thing to go over. And then I want to talk about tomorrow, Friday, we're going to be shooting a podcast on explaining what exactly is a conditional loan approval, going through a conditional loan approval, explaining what it is so people can understand what exactly does the underwriter do, and how do they issue this conditional loan approval, and what are these conditions that I have to clear before I can actually close my loan. So that's going to be an important video and something we're going to hit on tonight. And then I also want to talk about if you're going to be working remote, can you get a home loan? A lot of people, they ask me, especially during COVID, hey, look, I'm working remote now. Is it possible to get a home loan while I'm working remote? And so I'm going to go through that and discuss that. Because there are ways around getting a home loan if you are working remote. So I'm going to go over that and explain that in detail. And then I also want to talk about lastly, is a gift of equity loan program, purchasing a home from family. How do you do that, and can you do that with 0 down, 100% financing? A lot of people aren't aware, if you're doing a gift of equity loan, that you can literally get 100% financing, no money down. You don't have to put a down payment. Whether you're doing conventional or FHA, that doesn't matter. You don't have to put a down payment. So I want to talk about family gift of equity transactions, because we do a lot of them. A lot of people call us wanting to do a gift of equity loan, and you can get it with 0 down, 100% financing if you're buying from family. So those are the things I want to go over tonight. And I also want to tell you guys too, every Thursday we do the free giveaway for a free Amazon gift card. Also, one thing that's very important to us out there is reviews. Our company, we thrive off of all of our clients, all of our relationships giving us great reviews on Google. So you can also win and get Amazon gift cards by giving us a Google review. So if you text me your email to the 832-431-6331 and you do a Google review, we'll also give you a Amazon gift card. So not only can you win by answering the test questions, also if you give us a Google review, then we'll also hook you up. Good evening, everyone. So we'll also hook you up and give you a gift card from Amazon by giving us a Google review. So there's a lot of ways that you can win prizes and money with us. You can, by learning and getting smart on real estate, you answer the questions, you can win Amazon gift cards. If you give us a 5-star Google review, hopefully you like us enough to give us a 5-star Google review, we'll give you a Amazon gift card. So those are some, and obviously, those are ways that we just give back, but the bigger theme is us, educating you and empowering you on finance, on real estate, and hopefully maybe being your lender or maybe your employer, So I don't know, we hire a lot of people. We're always looking to hire great people and add great people to the team. Either maybe you'll come work with us one day, or you might want to get a loan with us one day. I don't know. We lend nationwide. We're always looking to hire great people, and we're always looking to make loans to people. We do all different types of loans. We do FHA, we do VA, we do USDA, we do conventional, we do jumbo, we do hard money, we do private loans. So we do all these type of exotic, crazy loans that we do for people. And then the career, you can send, hey Mary France, good evening. I hope that you're doing good. You can send any of your resumes to careers@chihomeloans.com. careers@chihomeloans.com. You can also copy me on the email. And then Jeff, I think you've had some correspondence with Jeff at my office. You can send information over to him, and then send it to careers@chihomeloans.com. And then we'd be happy to take a look at your resume. Like I said, we're always looking for great people, great talented people to add to the team, people that are spiritual, evangelical, passionate about mortgage and passionate about helping people. I'm not going to kid you, it is a tough business, but it's also very rewarding. You're helping people buy their home, accomplish their dream, whatever, refinance, get cash out. So we're always looking to have great people added to the team. And a lot of people that we hire are not really experienced people. We hire a lot of people that are making career changes, or they worked at, hey Ange Haas, good evening, hope you're doing good. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I was so happy. I'm glad that we were able to get you approved for your loan. That means a lot to us. Hey Nick, good evening. How are you, man? Hope you're doing good. Thank you, Nick. I hope you're doing well. So, you never know how things are going to happen in the universe. So, we may be working together one day, or you might get a loan from us, because we do all different types of loans. So, but those Google reviews help us a lot. So remember, we'll give you an Amazon gift card if you give us a Google review. So you can text me your email, and I'll email you over the link to give us a Google review. If you go to Google, you can just Google Angelo Christian Mortgage. We have a ton of 5-star reviews. We almost have 400 5-star reviews on Google, and we're always looking to add more Google reviews so we can give you a Amazon gift card for that, or winning the the test question at the end. We always give away Amazon gift cards for that too. So Anyway, let's get into business a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about what I see going on in the housing market in 2022. So, like I said, the end of 2021 is coming to an end. We're going into 2022. Oh, you did? Yes. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, man. You did your review on Google. Thank you. We appreciate your review, Andrew. Thank you. We'll definitely hook you up and give you an Amazon gift card. That's a good question. It won't hurt you, Mary France, you have to write a letter of explanation. Whenever what she's talking about, guys, when the lender pulls your credit, if it shows several addresses, you usually have to write a letter of explanation explaining why you have all those different addresses, and usually that'll be okay. So, oh, you did? Okay, appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate the Google review. That means a lot to us. Thank you. So, so you usually just have to write a letter of explanation and explaining that, and that's normally okay. Now, I will tell you that it could hurt your credit score slightly with the credit bureaus if you have a bunch of multiple addresses. I've heard that the credit bureaus, they kind of look negatively at that. So you may want to fix that at the credit bureau level with Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, because they look at that stuff. Oh, you did clear all your, okay, that's good. Yeah, I've heard that they don't like that stuff. And so that could affect you. That's a good question though. No one's really asked me that before, but it does come up. All right. So, but yeah, going into what I'm seeing, and again, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen next year or what the future holds. But what I'm seeing next year as we go into 2022, and is that, and you're already starting to see this right now. And I was talking to a client before I got on the show tonight, and she wants to put her loan on hold because she thinks that it's going to be better next year to get a loan. And I'm like, look, I don't agree with you. I think you're going to see rates continue to go higher. Rates have gone up 0.5% in the last 3 months, guys. And what I think was going to happen next year is you go into 2022, rates are going to start to go higher. And before you had a 3% 30-year fixed mortgage. If you go to a 4% 30-year fixed mortgage, that's going to affect the buying power for people to be able to purchase a home. That's going to affect the people's debt ratio, right? So my suggestion is when rates are low to lock in your interest rate to get a lower rate before rates go higher. If an interest rate goes higher, before if you got approved for $300,000, now you may only get approved for $250,000 because the interest rate went higher because your payment's going to be higher. So it's going to eat into your buying power. So I think that you're going to see rates go higher. Inflation, the cost of goods, the cost of living is going to go higher. It's going to cost more to buy your bread. It's going to cost more to buy your milk. I see that happening in the future. And I also think that real estate prices will pull back. I don't think that real estate prices will rise 20% in a year next year. I could be wrong. And again, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen. But I'd be very surprised if we're sitting here on this show next year in October and real estate prices have gone up another 20% and interest rates are flatlined. I just don't see that happening. So what does that mean for you guys out there? So I think you're going to be busy. If you're in the real estate market, you're going to be busy, but if you're in the refinance market, it may not be so good for you. And if you're looking to buy a house, my suggestion is to do it sooner than later, because if you wait too long, interest rates will be higher, and then you're going to have to pay more for that money, pay more for that house because inflation's gone up. When inflation goes higher, that means that everything else goes higher too. Instead of a house costing $500,000, hey Michelle, good evening. I hope you're doing well. Instead of the house costing $500,000, the house is going to cost $550,000. Okay, so I really believe that these things are going to happen. I'm not saying that just to talk on the show. I do see that. I mean, I've already seen interest rates go up 0.5%, and it's testament to the world. So I just think that's kind of where we're at with the environment that we're in right now. You know, we've had all this pent up demand from COVID. That's right, Andrew. Buying power will decrease, but you know, I don't think we're going from, you know, where we are today. We're just going to fall off a cliff. I think you're going to see just, you know, we're going to take a little bit of a pullback. Okay. And I've lived through booms and busts before in the housing market, and you know, and obviously history doesn't always repeat itself, but it just feels like that. It seems like that. But again, I don't know. It could be wrong. I could be way off. And there's a lot of economists that are predicting different things. Some people are saying that, you know, we'll continue to see increase of house prices. We'll continue to see more demand for inventory for homes. Interest rates will stay low. I mean, obviously nobody really knows for sure, but those are things that I potentially have concerns about and things I'm thinking about what's going to happen the next year. So that's my outlook on 2022, what I think is going to happen, you know, within the next 12 to 18 months with the U.S. economy and with the real estate market. So, and obviously I want to know what your feedback is, what you think. What do you guys think out there? Do you think that, you know, we're going to crash? You think we're going to keep going higher? You know, I would love to know what your feedback is. I mean, because again, I don't know everything, so I'm open to your, you know, your thoughts too on that. If you guys have any ideas. So now I want to move into some of the things that 22 is my year to buy. Good. We want to be there for you when you're ready to buy. When you're ready to buy, my friend, reach out to us, call us or text us. We want to be there to help you, to get you the loan. That's why we're here. So now I do want to talk about a little bit about what is a conditional loan approval. I want to move into this topic because I think it's an important thing to discuss, is exactly what is a conditional loan approval? What does the underwriter do? Why does the loan process take so long? I want to bring this up because I think it's a very, very important topic to go over these things, because a lot of people don't understand, why does the loan process, you know, take so long? Why do we ask for all this documentation? Why is there all this back and forth? Why are all these people involved? Why are you asking me for all this stuff? You know, what is this loan approval? What are these conditions I have to clear? So I want to make videos about this because I think a lot of people, some people take it personal. Like we ask them for their bank statements or their credit report. Hey, why do you want that from me? Because, you know, you're asking to borrow money, you're trying to get a loan, we have to check your credit. We have to check your bank statements. We have to check your pay stubs. It's part of the process. Could you purchase the home, use it for a transitional home with a no-doc loan? Pink Lady, when you say a transitional home, what do you mean by a transitional home? You could definitely do a no-doc loan or bank statement loan, but when you're saying a transitional home, what exactly is a transitional home? Like, what do you mean by that? Help me understand what you mean. So, you know, the thing is that when you're going through a loan process, you're asking to borrow, let's just say, you know, $300,000 to buy a house. The bank doesn't know you. The underwriter doesn't know you. The lender doesn't know you. So the only thing they can rely on is your data, your documentation. Your credit report shows what your ability to repay is. Your income and your debts show your debt ratio to see if you can afford the house. So that's how we make, you know, an inference on a group home. Possibly, I'd have to know if the house is residential or commercial. I'd have to know a little bit more about the type of house that you're trying to buy. It's possible, but I just have to know a little bit more about the house that you're trying to buy. I mean, it is certainly possible that you could purchase a transitional home, but I mean, is it classified as residential? Is it classified as commercial? Classified as mixed use? It'd be a lot easier if it was residential, right? Because if it's that's better. That's better because if it's classified as commercial or mixed use, you have to put 25% down, and it's underwritten as a commercial loan. And those have a little bit more different requirements than residential. I would recommend to do it as residential, okay? So, but anyway, you know, you're going through a loan process. You're going to be asked a lot of questions. My biggest thing I'll tell you is just surrender to the process. follow your lender, follow your underwriter. They're not going to lead you down a wrong path. They're there to help you in most cases. I can't say that about every lender, but we are definitely there to help you, to get you the funding, get you the money. Don't fight the stream, go with the stream. Get the stuff that your lender needs. They're going to ask you for a bunch of stuff, and you go through a bunch of hoops. You're going to have to go through the hoops with them, guys. It's part of the process. You got to get the stuff in. You got to get your pay stubs in, your bank statements, your tax returns. Get your verifications of rent, your verification of employment, all this stuff. And it's just, you got to have your money in your bank account. You got to write letters of why you lived here, why you work there. It's just part of the process. You can't fight. You got to fill out a bunch of stuff online. It's going to take 30 to 45 days to process your loan. You're going to be going through different departments. And you got to be open to it and just be flexible. The key word is flexibility. Don't knock it, don't fight it. Just go through it with the best that you can. And the different departments, the loan officer is the one that is the person, the main person that you're dealing with in the beginning. They're doing the sales, they originated the loan. They're helping you to get your loan pre-approved, lock your interest rate, go structure the loan for you. The processor is the one that processes the loan. They go through everything with you. They clear the conditions. They're dealing with the minutia, the details, gathering all your stuff, sorting all your stuff. The underwriter is the one that's underwriting your file, checking everything, giving the final approval, the final blessing, letting the loan go through to close, issuing the clear to close, signing off on the loan for funding. So those are the different departments, right? And you want to work through those different channels to get your loan closed, okay? We're all in it together to help you to get your loan closed, get it funded. Nobody in a mortgage company is against you, in most cases, to close on your loan. But that's why the loan process takes so long. Those are the different roles in the company, and conditional loan approval. When you apply to get your home loan, the first step is pre-approval. You'll get a pre-approval letter from your loan officer showing that your loan's been pre-approved. You'll get an actual letter showing the product, the terms, the potential, sometimes the interest rate, the down payment, the closing cost. And you'll take that letter to shop for your home with a realtor or by yourself, and that pre-approval letter gives you the power to be able to purchase the home. You can give that to the realtor, to give that to the seller, and say, look, I've been pre-approved by Angelo, I can buy the house. Now, the conditional loan approval, the loan commitment, comes from the underwriter. And that's after your loan gets submitted to underwriting. You're going to get a conditional loan approval that shows that you have a commitment to fund the loan, but you have to satisfy these conditions. And those conditions are going to be various things: documenting funds for closing, letters of explanation on your credit report, why you had these derogatory accounts, what are all these inquiries on your credit, what are all these deposits in your bank account, what are all these jobs you've had for the last 2 years. You got to write letters about all that stuff, right? So what was that? I published a video about the LLC. Yes, we did. Good. Thank you, Andrea, for bringing that up. So, on the conditional loan approval, you're going to have these conditions. And these conditions you have to satisfy for the underwriter to issue the clear to close and fund your loan. So it could be many different things. Document child support. Show me the divorce decree if you've been divorced. If you had a foreclosure, a judgment, or a bankruptcy, you have to show the documentation for that. Explain what happened. If you're paying rent, give me proof of the rent with the landlord. If you have rental property, show me proof of the leases with the tenants. So you have all these things that you have to show, and there's going to be conditions about this big, and then you have to clear those conditions with your processor, your loan processor, to close your loan. Everybody has to go through this, whether it's me getting a loan, you getting a loan, anybody getting a loan has to clear those conditions. And it's part of the process, guys. So don't take it personal. Don't fight it. You want to embrace it. Work with your processor to get those conditions in and get all the documents legible in PDF. No screenshots, no pictures, no selfies, no phone snippets. Nice PDF clear documents, okay, that people can read, and you get that to your processor. And I promise you, if you get all those documents in and it's all legit and it all matches up, you're going to close on your loan. But if you start fighting or screaming or yelling or saying, no, I don't have to get that, no, why do you want this, or I don't have that, or I can't produce that, then it's going to make the process harder, and then you're not going to be able to get approved for your loan. Okay, so it's just important that, and I bring this up because I care about you guys and I want you guys to close on your loan, but you have to understand the process. It's just like if you go to the hospital, they have a system. If you go to a restaurant or a hotel, they have a system. If you do anything, there's a process and an order to it, and this is the order of getting a home loan. Okay, so I wanted to bring this up because I think it's an important thing, and because I care about you guys, I want to make sure that you can get approved for your loan. There's no issues with getting approved for your loan, because I want to make sure that if you go into something with the right expectations and you're mentally prepared, a lot of the times you can deal with it. But if you're going into a situation and you're not understanding why it's so difficult or why is this so hard, and then you're fighting it, then you're not going to want to move forward with the loan. You're going to give up, and then you're going to blame me and blame the system. And I don't want that to happen to you. I want you guys to be successful. I want you to do well. I want you to be able to close on your loan. And the biggest thing I can say is just follow the process. There's a reason why these things have to happen. Like if you have accounts in dispute, a lot of times you have to take those accounts out of dispute. If you have charge-offs, if you have collections, sometimes you may have to settle those. It's just part of the loan process. Like if you're getting a USDA loan, you have open collections, they may want you to pay those off. That's not anything I can do about it. It's on your credit, and that has to be taken care of. Okay? So I'm passionate about this because I do care, and I know we deal with all different types of people, and I just want to have an open policy about that so we can discuss that so there's no confusion or misgivings about the home loan process. So I'm glad that we got that out of the way, and I'm sorry if I missed any of your questions. Please repost them. I'm happy to answer those questions for you. If you want to repost those questions, I can answer those for you. I know Angelo was talking to Pink Lady about something, about an LLC it looked like, and I think you guys got that answered. But if you guys have any other questions, please feel free to message me down below. I'm happy to answer those questions for you as best as I can. So now, and as I said, guys, remember right now we're on the hunt to get reviews. If you can give us a great Google review, we are hooking people up with an Amazon gift card. Just text me your email to Angelo 832-431-6331. We'll send you out the link for the Google review. Get that Google review done, and we'll hook you up with an Amazon gift card. Also, remember, we also give away free Amazon gift cards every Thursday. You get your friends to give an Amazon gift card. For every one of your friends that does a review, we'll also give them an Amazon gift card too. So that's how we can hook you up. I mean, shit, you get 100 people to get an Amazon gift card, you're starting to stack in some money. So, anyway, the next thing I wanted to go over was talking about, text me, Angelo. Text me at my 832-431-6331, and we'll talk about it. Let me know how many Google reviews you can get, and we'll talk numbers. It'll be worth your while, I promise you. So now going into working remote, a big thing that I'm seeing in 2020, 2021, 2022 is being able to buy a home and you work remote. Is it possible that if you work remote in Anaheim, California, that you can buy a home in Dallas, Texas? Is that possible? Well, if you work remote, it doesn't matter where you work. I did a loan for a guy in the beginning of the year. He worked remote in Philadelphia, but he wanted to buy his primary home in Key West. Okay? So he works remote in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He said, Angelo, I want to buy my new home. I want to retire and buy my primary home in Key West, Florida. Now, mind you, Philly to Key West is probably 1,500 miles. And he bought a beautiful house in Key West, and his employer allowed him to work remote. And his human resource department said, it doesn't matter where this so-and-so works, he's approved to work remote. So he can work from Key West, he can work from Philadelphia, he can work from San Diego, he can work from New York City, it doesn't matter. And he can buy anywhere that he wants to buy. So a lot of lenders, they don't allow for that to happen. A lot of lenders say that you have to purchase your home in the city and state that you work in, right? So a lot of people will say, well, in order for me to give the loan to you as a primary residence, you'd have to be working in Key West. But the thing is that Key West, there's not really a lot of jobs if you're not in tourism. So in this case, the guy had his job, his corporate office was in Philadelphia. And they're like, look, he can work remote. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's in Philadelphia, if he's in Key West. We don't care. He doesn't have to physically be in Philadelphia to get, to work here to get paid. He could be anywhere. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because this has not ever happened before. This is like a new phenomena, in the real estate industry. Before, you could only get a home loan in the state or the city that you worked at. So if you worked in Chicago, you could buy your house in Chicago. You couldn't buy your house in LA if you worked in Chicago because it wasn't possible. So for the first time ever, it's possible to be able to do that. So that's really cool because maybe some of you guys that are, you know people, or maybe you want to buy a house in a different state and you can do that, okay? But there are requirements to do that. And the biggest requirement is your employer has to be able to attest that you're able to work remote. And if you're able to work remote, then it's possible, okay? Now, if you're self-employed, it's still possible. You can still do it if you're self-employed and you're going to a new state. That's still fine. We just got to get a letter from who? Your tax preparer, your CPA, stating that it's okay if so-and-so company goes to Texas and they're leaving Michigan and they're opening an office in Texas. That's not going to affect their business. Then they can also buy a home in a different state. It's perfectly fine. So, and this is, like I said, it's a new thing because before, lenders didn't allow this, guys. It wasn't possible. It wasn't possible. So, but again, you would need to have a letter from your human resource department if you're W-2'd, and a letter from your tax preparer if you're self-employed in order to buy a home out of state. Okay, so that's the takeaway, that's the bottom line. Okay, so it's possible with VA, absolutely, Tomas. It's possible with any loan. VA, FHA, conventional, non-QM, any of those type of loans is fine. All right, so you can definitely do that, Tomas. And it's a really neat thing because a lot of people, they want to buy a home somewhere different. Maybe you're working, in Temple, Texas, and you want to buy a house in Austin. Maybe you like Austin better than Temple, right? And so you could do that in this type of situation, okay? And a lot of people aren't aware of it. They think that they can only buy a home in the city that they live in, and it's just not true. It's not the case. So I wanted to shed light on that because a lot of people don't know about it. And they're usually very enlightened when I bring that up because they think that they have to only buy a home in the city and state that they work in. So news flash, new information, but those are the requirements to buy a house out of state. If you're self-employed, you have to get a letter from your tax preparer. If you work for a company, you got to get a letter from your human resource department. Okay, those are the two takeaways. So, okay, we talked about the loan process, housing market. Who has questions for me? Does anyone have any questions for me? Anyone that want to discuss anything? Marco, good evening, Angelo. I'll be calling you about USDA new construction loan. Okay, I do want to talk about the construction loan. All right, I'm glad you brought that up. We get this call, I kid you not, probably about 100 times a week about the construction loans. So, the USDA, when you're buying an existing home with the USDA, it's 0 down, 100% financing. Okay, like you see a house for sale, it's already there. You want to buy it, you want to move in, it's 0 down, 100% financing. Now, if you want to buy your own land and you want to build a house, all right, you can do that. Not a problem. You can pick the floor plans, pick the builder, pick the lot. However, okay, guys, when you do this, it is not 0 down any longer. You cannot do 0 down, so no 0 down on a construction loan. On a construction loan, you have to put at least 5% down. minimum 5% down, and you have to have ideally a 680 or higher credit score. Okay? So the loan won't get approved with a 620 credit score and 0 down if you're trying to do a construction loan. It just doesn't, it's not out there in the market. I know what the USDA says, but the lenders are not going to do it. Okay? What you really need to have is a 680 or really 700 or higher credit score and put at least 5% down. And then you could get a construction loan to pick your land, pick your floor plan, pick your builder, and go through that process. All right. Now, if you don't have 5% and you don't have a 700 credit score, you can still do USDA 0 down with a 620 credit score, but that's for an existing house. Please don't expect that you're going to get 0 down 100% financing with a 620 credit score and you're going to buy the land, pick the floor plan, pick the house, pick the builder. It's not going to happen. There's no lenders out there that are going to fund that. Remember? Because the USDA, they're just a guarantor. They're not the lender. The lender makes the decision on the loan, and they're not going to fund the loan with a 0 down 620 credit score with all that risk. They just won't do it. I promise you. They're going to we'll do construction loan for you, but you have to have a 700 credit score and put 5% down, right? And we have no problem to make that loan to you. But you have to have some money down to it. You got to have really good credit, low debt ratio. And if you meet those requirements, then we're good to go, okay? But, I just want to I'm very big about trying to make sure you guys understand the process and that there's no confusion. Because a lot of people say USDA 0 down, and they think they can do that with a construction loan too, and unfortunately, it's just not the case, okay? And it's only the 0 down is with purchasing existing homes. And now, what you could do with the USDA and still get 0 down on a new house is if a builder will build the house for you. If a builder will build the house for you, and then you could get 0 down, 100% financing, but the builder has to do the construction loan, not you. If the builders, you're welcome, soldiers. I appreciate you for watching the show. So if the builder will do the construction for you, then when the home is done, we'll pay off the builder and do 100% financing. So just FYI, because I want to make sure that you understand how that works. Because again, I'm very big about making sure you guys understand the process. There's no confusion. You know what's going on, all that type of stuff. So that way you have the best expectations for your loan. So you can get the best pre-approval. Okay. So, and again, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to hit me up, anytime. When you will come to Chicago, this is my question. Oh, when will I come to Chicago? Probably when the baseball season opens up again. Probably when baseball next year. Right now, obviously, we're in Texas. We're watching the Astros. We're hoping that the Astros win the World Series. Now, I know everyone has different feelings about sports, but obviously, we're Texas. Yes, we're going to come to a Cubs game. And when we come at a Cubs game, we're going to stay at your hotel. So I'll message you and say, hey, I'll stay at your hotel. So, but I promised my son that I'll take him to a Cubs game. And I've never been to Wrigley Field before. So yes, go Astros. You got to love the Astros. You got to love Altuve, right? You guys ready? They're going to play out tomorrow night, Friday night in Atlanta. You got to go Altuve. So hopefully we can win. Yeah. Sound wave superior. Are foreclosures the same as REO property? Yes. So sounds good. Thank you. I'll still be calling you to see how much I can. Absolutely. Give me a call. You can call or text us at 832-431-6331. Great question. So foreclosures is what happens when the bank forecloses on somebody's property. If a lender runs a credit report prior to closing and run it again before closing. Great question, Mary France. I'm going to answer these questions that you guys just asked me. So when a bank forecloses on a property, they repossess the home. Just like we've had a car repossessed before. When I was a kid, my dad we had a Suburban and got repossessed. He lost his job, and I remember they came and took the car. That's what it's like. The bank takes the house back. Now, an REO property is the bank's portfolio. They have a portfolio of foreclosed properties. It's the bank's REO. And so every bank has a REO property portfolio. This from a small little bank to a big huge bank. And they have a ton of properties, all different types of properties that they had to repossess. And usually they'll pass that REO property portfolio to a broker like Keller Williams to sell their homes for them or sell their assets. And so, that's basically how it works. And I hope that helped answer your question. So now going back to pulling the credit, I saw that question from you, Mary France. So when you do your initial credit pull in the beginning, that's a hard inquiry. That's a hard inquiry, right? The lender checked your credit. That's going to show up as a hard inquiry on your credit. Okay. So when you go through the loan process, it's not the lender so much or the loan officer checking your credit again. It's actually the underwriter or the underwriter's team. And at that time, they're not doing a hard inquiry, they're doing a soft inquiry. It's called a credit refresh. And it's a soft inquiry at that point. It's not a hard inquiry, so it doesn't show up as an inquiry or hurt your score. And that's really just to check to see if you've taken on any new debt, right? Because some people are sneaky or tricky and they try to, for example, go with multiple lenders at the same time and buy multiple properties. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys, thank you so much. Remember, what will really help us is a Google review. If you give us a Google review, you can text me at 832-431-6331. I'll send you the link to do a Google review and we'll give you a free Amazon gift card. All right, or a Visa gift card if you want a Visa gift card for giving us the Google review. Okay? So you can do unlimited reviews. So however many reviews, you can get a limited amount of money off Amazon. So which credit bureaus? We pull all three credit bureaus. We pull Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, and we take the middle score. Remember, lenders take the middle score. So if you have a 750 Equifax, a 720 Experian, and a 700 TransUnion, which one is the middle score? It's the 720, right? Because that's the middle credit score. So lenders are taking the middle credit score to determine your interest rate, determine your loan eligibility. Tony Hernandez, 7 months ago, I want to refinance. Should I do it now or wait? It depends, Tony. So 3 same process as buying a new home. If you want to buy a foreclosure versus a new home, though, that's a little bit different process. And Tony, I would say it depends. I have to know more. I mean, now is a good time potentially to buy a new house, refinance, because you get a lower interest rate. But I got to look at your whole case and see, like maybe you get cash out because maybe the equity values have gone up. Maybe you get some cash out and get a lower rate. So I would say next year, you're probably not going to be able to get a lower rate, Tony. So that's my thinking. Right now, you have high property values and low interest rates, so maybe you can take advantage of that and pull some cash out and get a lower rate. Okay. So no, and buying a foreclosure is not the same thing as buying a new house. When you buy a foreclosure, you have to make sure. Usually, you have to get an inspection to make sure that the house is okay. Because if the utilities can't get turned on, that's going to be a problem for getting a regular loan. Because the appraiser normally wants to check to make sure the utilities are on. So the first thing you have to do if you're buying a foreclosure is get an inspection to make sure that property is okay. Because if that property has issues, you may not be able to get that loan that you thought you were going to get. Property values can decrease. Absolutely. Go back and look, Mary France, in 2008. Okay, in America, properties went down as much as 40%. For a 20% down payment, I don't know. It depends on where's the money coming from, Antonio. If you need the money to come from the sale of your home, then yes, you'd have to sell your home Now, we can still get you a pre-approval letter now, but it would be with the contingency of you selling your home. Now, if you can get the money somewhere else, then you can still get a pre-approval letter now. Okay, if you need to sell your current home, we can get you a pre-approval letter right now, but it would be with the basis of you selling your home. Okay? So, you don't have to wait to sell the home to get the pre-approval letter. You can get the pre-approval letter now. Gotcha. So, what did I say? Oh, yeah, property values can go down. They definitely can. And back in the recession in 2008, property values went down 40, 50%. It depends. It depends, sound waves. If the property has a great deal, you might be able to get a better deal by buying a foreclosure or a used home. You don't always have to get a new home. I'm just saying that, if you buy a foreclosed house, you got to make sure that you got, okay, does it have the electrical, does it have the plumbing, does it have the AC, does it have the furnace, does it have the, all this stuff. You're buying a new house, you don't have to really think about all that, but sometimes you can get a better deal when you buy an older house too. You just have to know what you're getting into, man. Because if you don't know, then you could get screwed or waste money. And listen, there's a lot. I have a friend of mine. He purposely buys ugly houses. He purposely buys old houses. He fixes them up and he makes a lot of money. That's not what I do. He does that. He does really well at it. I don't like to do that kind of stuff. I like nice things. I like new things. I like new stuff. I don't want to think about fixing old stuff. Everybody's different, right? So if you're a handyman and you like that kind of stuff, then yeah, go for it. Everyone has a different personality on that type of thing. Okay. So everyone's different when it comes to that. So, but anyway, I'm really glad that, what is this? I heard there is going to be a house marketing crush. I'm not, like I said earlier in the beginning of the show, I think that you're going to see interest rates go up. You're going to see the market pull back a little bit. I do think that. I don't think it's going to crash, but I think you're going to see a little bit of a pullback. I think you're going to see interest rates go higher. But again, I don't know. Who knows? What if the market keeps going higher? We have another 20% rise in real estate values. I don't know. I don't see that happening, but it could happen, right? So anyway, it's good stuff to think about. And remember, no Canada Dry tonight. No, and I need one though. I need a Canada Dry actually. That's one of my favorite. Yeah, you're good, Andrew. Yeah, it's what's your favorite drink, man? What do you like to drink? I like ginger ale because it helps settle the stomach. I like ginger. So what do you like to drink? What's your drink? Beer? Diet Pepsi? Not beer? No beer? So I'm sure we got a lot of beer drinkers. Yeah, but anyway, those are the main things that I wanted to go over with you guys. Ice sparkling water, ginger lime. There you go. That's good. That sounds nice and healthy. That sounds really nice and healthy. Ukrainian beer. I would love to try some Ukrainian beer. Maker's Mark. There you go. We're getting into the bourbons now. We're getting some real people on the show. All right. I like that. That's good. So, yeah, guys, remember with our show, our channel, we're a direct nationwide lender. Just to, kind of recap, we do commercial. Okay, I would love to have some Ukrainian beer. That'd be awesome. I've never had it before. I've had Asian beers, Mexican beers. Hey, Pam, good evening. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for checking out the show and the channel. I've had all different types of beers. I've never had a Ukrainian beer. So I'd be loving to have that. Christy, NACA, yes, I have heard of NACA. NACA is a government program, Christy, and it's a pretty good program. It offers a lot of closing costs and down payment assistance. The big drawback to NACA is that it takes a very long time to get approved for it, and it's again, this is what I don't know because I've never gone through the process. Come on down to Houston. We'd love to take care of you. We got the Astros here for you. We got the Astros. We got some of the best restaurants in the country. You got the energy. You got a great medical, great city, great people, huge city, good property values. So come on down to Houston. So, but NACA is a good program. What people tell me, the feedback I get from NACA is that it's mind-numbing, it's exhaustive, it takes a year, and you don't even know if you're going to get approved. So you just put your name there like a lottery, and hopefully that it works out. Yeah, your value went up big time, you see? You could probably get a lower rate right now, Tony, but maybe you get some cash out and get a little bit lower interest rate. So it may make sense for you. So, anyway, I appreciate everybody watching the show. Remember, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, we release brand new content for you guys. And you can watch content. You can always call or text us. We're open 7 days a week for you. One of the only lenders, guys, that's open 7 days a week for you. Call or text us at 832-431-6331. Remember, if you want to get a free Amazon gift card, leave us a Google review. Text me your email address, and I'll email you the link for fill out the Google review. And you can get that filled out. We'll hook you up with a free Amazon gift card for leaving a good review on Angelo Christian Mortgage on Google. Leave us a great review, and we'll hook you up and get you the money. Got my loan when you... Yes, you did, Pam. I remember that. So, yes, I remember that, Pam. We hooked you up. We got you the loan. So, let's get you guys this paid tonight. Let's get you this money. So, for the lightning round for the Amazon gift card. So, and I talked about this earlier. In order to buy a house out of state, what do you have to have if you're self-employed and you work for a company? So if you're trying to buy a house out of state, what do you need if you're self-employed? What do you need if you work for a company? Whoever answers that first is going to get the Amazon gift card, the $100 Amazon gift card. So please tell me, so what is it that you need? There's two things, right? There's two things that you need if you're self-employed and you work for a company that you need to buy a house out of state. What is it? Who remembers what it is? Letter from accountant, letters from employer. Okay. Mary France and Pamela. I saw Mary France got it right and Pamela got it. Angela, a letter from your accountant, Pink Lady got it too. So all three of you guys are winners, and Angela, you got it half right. So Angela, you got it half right, so you're going to get a half a gift card. Mary France got it right, Pink Lady got it right, and Pamela got it right. So we got 4 winners tonight that got it right. So all of you guys, text me your email address. Make sure you get your Amazon gift card sent out to you. Text me your email address to 832-431-6331. Christy, I think did you get it right too, Christy? Christy will give you an Amazon gift card too. Text me your email address, Christy. Everybody text me your email address tonight. Yes, Angela, hook me up. You got half right, Angela. Text me your email address. We'll get you out that gift card. 832-431-6331. Please text me your 832-431-6331. Text me your email, and I'll get you out that gift card, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the show and the channel. We really appreciate you guys. We'll get you out those gift cards. Thank you guys so much. Take care. We love you. Peace.